I'd like to release my medical records to show specifically and exactly how continually I have been harmed by lack of medical help.
Okay. Next one. I have names of witnesses and will provide them to assist in the investigation. Yes or no?
When you say witnesses, does that involve the people that are on the tape, the police and the sheriff's officer? Because it's on the tape, so I guess I would have to say yes. They were witnesses.
Okay. Then a statement. You just see attached.
Correct. They didn't take the forms which I gave to your captain, Gorwood. I gave her those three things, which was an IDR to the Department of Public Health, which is basically immediate disclosure request to the Department of Public Health, says that they would, they wrote back and said that there was no restraining stay-away order, that the officer had been obviously untrained to recognize. As a matter of fact, I took copies off the video of what was written, what the officer showed me, told me was a stay-away order. So I gave her a copy of that. I gave her a copy of the court clerk at 400 McAllister, the document that said that there was no restraining order. Mm-hmm. I also gave her a copy of the DA Investigative Services document that said there was no restraining order. What I didn't give her was the videotape, which I have here, if you need that.
Okay.
Now, you have no video here, so
because I didn't see any videotape.
Okay, so do you understand which documents I'm talking about? Because I do have them here if you want to make copies again, if Miss Gorwood, Captain Gorwood, didn't give them to you.
Then can I review them?
Sure. That was the whole point. I mean, I'm glad I brought them. Okay, for example, this is the IDR that I sent to DPH. Now, may I just help you there for a second? This describes what happened, the incident, and how it happened, and everything else.
So this is the incident you're complaining about?
Correct.
Okay.
So that says what happened, and then, it also says, to them in number 1, I believe, please provide me the stay-away order, which I showed you the picture of.
Okay.
Do you know which picture I'm talking to? About this one that they pointed to and said was a stay-away order.
Okay.
Or the restraining order, or whatever that the officers used to claim it was valid, and this is their response.
Okay. This is the response from
the Department of Public Health.
Okay. All right.
So, it's a little queer that they say there's no such document when it's right here on film.
Okay.
It's lovely, isn't it?
All right, I can't make heads or tails of it myself at this point, but all right.
Okay, so do you need a copy of this? Do you need to make a copy?
No, I think I've seen it back there.
All right, now the other one, like I said, was the 400 McAllister.
Okay. All right, I've seen this one.
Yes, that's number 2.
Okay. And this document is saying what?
There is no restraining stay-away order, that it's bogus, that, that this is bogus. There's nothing on file. And obviously, like I said, your officer wasn't trained to recognize a valid one.
Okay. And the other document?
Is the one from the DA's office saying the same thing, that there is no restraining order, that, that no such thing exists.
All right. So your written statement then are just photocopies of these?
Correct, and the videotape. It says it all. The videotape shows what happened on that day.
And you saw the video?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I will forward that information back to ISU.
Yeah, and they'll follow up on the criminal fraud, because this is criminal fraud here. Somebody produced this fraudulent document to, the officers that was relied upon and denied me my access and accommodation.
Did you have any other written complaints you want to file against Sheriff Department staff?
Yes.
Okay.
So, actually, it's going to be more than this, so I'm going to need more copies. Oh, okay.
How many complaints
I got 1, 2 more.
2 more, okay.
Okay, so today's, fill it out as
yes,
best
please.
I can.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, let me set the camera down then for a second. Then you'll give me copies back, correct? Of this that I fill out. Is that a yes? Hello?
I need to check into that. These forms are normally filled out down at 25 Van Ness at our investigative services office. I've never
Did you
worked
find
there.
out? Because if not, I'll just make a video copy of it like I did the other one. You know, that's the reason I brought my camera, was to make a copy of it. It's interesting, I don't remember this being on the other forms. Oh, okay, so I did that. Now, on this it says, I have names of witness and will provide them to assist. This happened by myself with him, but I have the videotape, so can I just put...
In your written statement, just write that you have a videotape.
Okay, so no witnesses, but a videotape. Okay.
Yes.
Now, this last question, this complaint is against more than one member of the San Francisco Sheriff's Department. You know, there's only one person who did it, but in reality, it is against more than one member. It's against the entire risk management division that circumvents people's rights. You know, yes, this one person circumvented my rights, but it's only because, you know, it's allowed by this culture.
Then if you feel that yes, it's appropriate answer, mark yes. If you feel no, it's the appropriate answer, mark no.
Okay, so
And you
yes,
can
this
address it in
complaint
your-
is that more than one member. More than one member would be system set by others unaccountable. Okay. Now my complaint statement. Okay. On 8/27, I followed Mark's advice to go to 25 Van Ness and to the unit to complain. I got in, video taped my form and was told someone would help me. Then, I don't know if it's Lieutenant, Sergeant, then Mr. Young came out and informed me that I could not videotape, and when I asked to cite code, he did not, however, told me to leave. He circumvented not only my civil rights and access and accommodation, he couldn't even cite the law. Training, competency, etc. Okay, print name. Signature.